Okay, so here we can see where the boar have been, and sometimes you get this classic zigzag pattern. Now you can see that this animal has been moving away from us up there because you can see that the sods are pushed up along the edge of the line here. So again, this is a classic pattern to look for. Quite often you see it at the side of the road, exactly where we are now.
Okay, and what we have here is an absolutely massive wallow. Now these wallows will be shared by deer and boar, and this one is absolutely huge. You can still see the imprints there of the animals that have laid in them, having a good old mud treatment. Now they will be shared, but looking at the absolute size of this place, I would say this is possibly a rutting stand as well, where the stags will come out in October and have a bit of a ruck. But you can just see the volume of traffic here coming through this woods, absolutely massive. And here you can still see, I'll zoom in a little bit there, you can still see the imprints of where the animals have been laying in the mud. And there, oh, a bit catchy, there we go, nice. Huge. Very fresh. All this has been freshly dug over, so we know that the animals are here. And once again, absolutely vast area, and all the boar will be sleeping up there in their beds as we speak. Okay, so here we have a boar rubbing post. You can quite clearly see the mud that's been left up against the tree as they give themselves a good old scratch and a bit of a rub. Nice. Mud's drying as we speak. Okay, and just to show you the power of that a wild boar has, you can see here that this is deer fencing that's been put up, but the boar's just decided that's going to go through the hedge. This is pretty substantial wire, and you can see the boar has just pushed their way through it. They've put their head through it and then just made the hole bigger, and then next thing, wham, they're through it. That takes a lot of power. I definitely wouldn't squeeze my way through there. And you can see the tracks, fresh tracks coming out there and heading that way, and you can see that that's heading back towards the hard cover that we've just been in. So incredibly powerful animals. Okay, so what we have here is another boar bed. You can see that it's quite clever. It's a little sunken dugout bit on the lee side of the hill, so the wind's coming towards me here. So the boar's out of the hill, or out of the wind. Dug out this little section. You can see it's really fresh. All the digging is very fresh, nice and starting to dry out. But you can see here where it's really dried, and it's a different colour from the rest of it, and that's where the boar lay last night. Probably came up this morning, he's gone out, or he's maybe just went to find himself a different bed. And you can see, I can even see that it came in this way and out that way. There's no tracks around the outside here. So, good find. Let's see what else we can find. So here we see some boar scat or poo, whatever you want to call it. And coming up here we'll see that it is right beside a boar bed. So the boar spent the night here, woke up, done his business, and moved off into the wilds. Okay, this is more like it. Just had a bit of an encounter with Grey Nose. If you see Grey Nose in the next few trail cam photos, she's the matriarch and she's grandmama, and she's the one that tries to protect her herd. And she didn't threaten me, she just came down, stood, had a look at me, thought yeah, he's okay, and toddled off. She was a bit too well covered to get any good footage of her, but she's a beautiful pig and very intelligent, and she was only looking out for her family. And if you get yourself into that situation in the forest, it's always good to make noise. Pigs are very short-sighted, they can't see, so quite often when they come towards you, they're just curious. So that's all I did. I just said hello mother, and off she toodled.